I knew the breath work and the yoga and the reframing techniques and the rewiring exercises, but I was still stuck. And I had to have a really honest conversation with myself, and I have these quite often. And I realized that I wasn't actually living it. Learning something and living something are two completely different things. Hello and welcome to the Gratitude and Growth Podcast, your compass for a grateful and growth-filled life. I'm your host, Sarah Mittich. I'm an actor, a transformational life coach, and the founder of Gratitude and Growth. But above all, I am a wildly curious person, and I have spent over a decade researching and studying the worlds of mindset, somatics, spirituality, and self-discovery. All to understand why we do what we do, who we innately are, and how we actually become the person that we want to be. So whether you're driving or walking or just taking a break from your day, thank you so much for being here and for joining me as we explore what it is to be a human being in this lifetime. Hello, and welcome back to another episode. Today's a big one. It's personal, it's real. It's about something that completely changed my relationship to my own growth. And that something is knowing is not enough. You can read every book, you can listen to every podcast, you can take every course, you can attend every workshop, you can highlight, you can underline, you can quote it all word for word, front to back, and still something in your life might not be shifting. That's because the magic doesn't actually happen in the knowing. The magic happens in the integration. And I want to talk about what that really means. So I'll be honest, I love to learn. I love it. I could consume information all day long. Neuroscience, mindset, somatic practices, spirituality, you name it. I've probably got 3 books I've read. I'm knee deep in another one. I've taken the course and I'm listening to the podcast. But there was a season in my life where I felt like I was doing all of the things and I was still stuck. I was still disconnected. I was overwhelmed. I knew the tools. I knew the language. I knew what I should be doing. I knew the breath work and the yoga and the reframing techniques and the rewiring exercises. But I was still stuck. And I had to have a really honest conversation with myself. And I have these quite often. And I realized that I wasn't actually living it. Learning something and living something are two completely different things. And this is where integration enters the chat. Integration is when the inner work stops being something that we just think about and something that we actually start embodying. It's when the concepts stop living in our minds and they start living in our actions, our choices, our nervous system, our breath, our relationships, our reactions. Integration is when the work becomes real. So what is it? What is integration? What does it mean? I sat down and I really started thinking about this. And this is what I came up with. Integration is the space between awareness and transformation. It is the embodied bridge between what we learn and how we live. And it often looks a lot less glamorous than people think. Integration isn't always about the big breakthroughs, the perfect morning routine, the perfect healing journey. Integration looks like pausing before we react, noticing your body tense up and choosing to soften anyway. It's about reminding yourself of your truths when your fear and your ego start to get real loud. It's about getting off autopilot and coming back to presence again and again and again. It's about doing the breath work even when you think you don't want it or need it. It's about putting on the sneakers and getting your butt to the gym. It's about putting on the headphones and actually sitting through an entire guided meditation. It's the part where the work gets in you, into your cells, into your actions, into your way of being. Okay, so how do you know if you are in a season that is asking you for integration? Here's a couple things that I noticed in myself. Maybe they will resonate and they will guide you. You feel overwhelmed by all the personal growth, methodologies and techniques and information out there, but you don't know where to start or how to actually do it. That's a big one. Another one is you keep repeating old patterns even though you're aware of them. That can be so hard, and honestly, that can be a trap of awareness, and it can feel like hell because you're aware that you're stuck in this, but you're not actually seeing any results or growth. You feel like you should know better, but you still struggle to act differently. And especially a hint for me is when you crave stillness more than you crave stimulation. If any of these sound familiar, welcome! I'm here to tell you that you are not behind. You are just being invited to slow down and to actually live the work instead of consuming and collecting more of it. This isn't about doing more. It's actually about doing less with more intention. It's about more presence, more embodiment, more commitment. It's about putting the need to learn to the side for a little bit and actually start doing what you've been studying or hearing or learning about. So I like breaking things down on a mind, body, soul level. So let's get a little deeper with this and with integration. So on a mind level, integration rewires the thought pattern. So when you consistently practice new ways of thinking, not just know them, then you are actually building new neural pathways in your brain. It's not about positive thinking only. It's about consistent alignment and realignment. And what I mean by that is, let's say you catch yourself in the thought of, oof, I don't think I can do this. Okay, great. Catch it. Catch the thought. But now you have to integrate the work. Do the rewiring. Out loud say, I can do this. I am doing this. I will do this. Recognizing, catching the thought, catching the negative pattern, the limiting belief isn't enough. You have to do the actual work when you do it. On a body level, integration regulates your nervous system. So when you actually apply breath work, stillness, movement in real time, you literally create a new safety in your body. You teach your body that it is safe to pause, to feel, and to soften, sometimes to soften into the work. And on a soul level, integration reconnects you with your truth. It's how you come home to yourself. It's how you come back to your intuition, your essence. You come back to the version of you who isn't trying to become something, but just trying to remember who you actually are. And when all three align, mind, body, and soul, that is when you start truly becoming who you want to be. That is the truth behind it. Not through force, but through flow. That is the magic of integration. Okay, so if you're like me, you might be saying, okay, Sarah, that sounds awesome. How do I actually do this? How do I actually integrate? So here's a few things. 1, slow down the input. Put pause on the next book or the next course and just start living what you're actually learning. 2, choose one practice at a time. 1 breath, 1 boundary, 1 mantra. Simplicity creates space for embodiment. When we put too many things on us, we just get overwhelmed, and this is how we usually fail in creating new habits or integrating. 3, feel your body. Whether through yoga, through stillness, walking, or just placing a hand on your heart, come home to your body because your truth lives there. 4, live the question. By this I mean, don't rush for the answers. Let life be your lab. Let it be your laboratory. And just ask yourself, okay, what would integration look like for me right now? Curiosity over expectation, baby. And then just see what arises, what comes up for you. And lastly, as always, be gentle with yourself. Integration doesn't mean perfection. It means presence. It means showing up for yourself again and again and again. That is the work. Okay, so I want to leave you with this. If you're in a season where things feel crunchy, where they feel slow, where they feel uncertain, you are not behind. I promise you. You're just in a season of integration. And that in itself is a sacred thing. And we've all been there, and we are all there at some point or another. Think about it. You are becoming someone new. Literally someone new. And you'll do that not by knowing more, but by living what you already know. Again, this is the real work. This is the real transformation. And it's what makes everything else possible. Without integration, you can't witness and live the results, the change, the new pattern. You can't break the autopilot. So here's your gentle challenge for this week. Pick one thing that you have recently learned and live it. Just one. Not in your head, not in your journal. I want you to actually integrate it, and I want you to actually live it in your life. Look, maybe this is a boundary. Maybe it's a breathwork practice. Maybe it's just working on reframing and rewiring one specific limiting belief. Whatever it is, bring it into your body. Bring it into your nervous system, into your day, into your choices, into your words, into your actions. Let it become a part of you. And if you're craving more support with integration, if you're craving more structure, more grounding, more tools that you will actually use, the Gratitude and Growth Studio is officially open today. This space was created for seasons like this, for seasons of integration, when knowing isn't enough, and embodiment is the next step. Living the work is the next step. There's a flash sale happening right now for founding members. You can find all the information in the show notes. Come take a look. And if it's something that's calling you, I would be so honored to walk this journey alongside you. Okay. And as always, I'm going to end with one thing I am grateful for and one thing I am growing through. You know, a little contrary to this episode, but whatever, because it's my truth. I am so grateful for books. You know, reading is probably my favorite thing in the world. And I'm so grateful for all the authors out there and all the people who have put themselves out there and given us all this beautiful knowledge. Books have truly changed my life. Courses have changed my life. And so I'm just very grateful for books and for the people who write them. And something that I'm growing through. So right now, I'm growing through really dissolving perfectionism in a whole new way, from the smallest things to the biggest things. And I think a lot of us battle perfectionism a lot. And I think this is definitely something I'll talk about when I feel ready. But I'm really growing through my perfectionism. And I'm saying this not from ego, but from celebration. I'm winning. I am winning against my perfectionist. And it's allowing me to create so much more. So yeah, that's me. All right, thanks so much for tuning in today. As always, stay grateful and keep growing. Bye for now. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If this episode resonated, send it to someone you love. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you're craving deeper support, the G&G Studio is here for you with mindset work, movement, breath work, guided meditations, and a like-minded community. It has all the tools and support you need to grow, all in one place. And the best part, you get to move at your own pace in your own way. You can explore the G&G Studio anytime at www.gratitudegrowth.com. And hey, if you leave me a review on Apple Podcasts and you send me the screenshot, I will send you a free exclusive guided meditation called Gratitude for Growth as a thank you gift for supporting the show. Your subscribes, reviews, likes, comments really help get this content out to even more people, so your support truly does go a long way. You can find the form to submit in the show notes. And I hope to see you back here soon as we continue to explore this wild and beautiful thing that we all call life.